And so the big difference between Jiu-Jitsu rule set and Judo rule set is if something doesn't look like it's developing on either side, within 2 or 3 seconds, the referee is already thinking, I need to stand them back up and reset. And because you have this very limited time frame in order to show something, it can appear more spazzy. I would say it's not because I think it's done with great control and it's much more planned. So the transition part of it's planned. Like when they're doing their throw, they've already trained what comes next, which is what we're doing. And now what I'm starting to see is they're not even landed yet, and they're already moving into arm lock positions, for instance. The world champion in under 48, she was 3 times world champion. She does a tomonagi, and before the tomonagi is complete, she has an arm lock, right? Like just deadly, right? And you're seeing it even as counters. Someone does a weak throw, they're on for the choke and they're rolling into the bow and arrow, like just right away, right? And then the artichoke, right? One of our Canadian guys kind of has a modified against a failed throw where he gets on top and does a choke from there. So you're starting to see lots of that. So what we're going to drill is we're going to utilize those throws that we've all been working on, or if you have a particular favorite that you like to do, that can transition into an instant Newaza position. So what's an instant Newaza position? I use you. Okay? So what I call an instant Newaza position is I'm not entangled. I'm not entangled, and I'm in an on top position, right? So if I have a osoko, there's my. This is almost a pin, right? If I actually bring this here and sit, this is a pin. Even this might be considered a pin, but certainly anything in this type of, whether I'm holding here, 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 any of those things are all pins. So this landing position, there's a lot of throws where we land them in a side break ball type position. So I can get to this, stand back up. I got, that one was an Osoto. It could have been a Taitoshi. Could have been a Seanagi, right? It could have been a foot sweep, right? I tend to, if I'm not very convinced that I'll get an ippon, I'm less likely to use an inner reap if my intent is to finish from a pin. The reasoning is, of course, if they trap my leg, it's no oseko. And I only got 2 to 3 seconds to get my leg out, for the rest of the komate. So I could actually ruin a good attack. If it's golden score or whatever, who cares? You get a yuko, you score, right? But if the goal is to win by a Newaza pin, then I tend to go for the outside as opposed to the inside. So you guys all have those. Pick a partner, and what I want you to do is just back and forth. Do a light throw and see how much you need to follow them to be in an attack position. Sometimes it'll mean you have to right down. Other times you can just do this and you're in enough of a position that you can easily put the knee on belly or something like that, like the last one that I showed there. Does that make sense? Okay, with your partner, let's see it.